North Koreans they dance really well too. It's just different dance. You know?
They're kind of outdated though, because I saw it in like they're trying to be modern, but they still got like 5 accordions, and they look like 1963.
They have that?
No.
What?
Oh.
And welcome back, everybody, to another awesome episode of The Careful Boys, where today we're going part 2 in on getting to know Mr. Joe Wong here with us.
Yeah!
It's just a lot of pressure on me, you know, because I only thought I have one part in my life, and that's it, you know. We have a part 2.
Yeah, part 2. And we really want you to make us laugh in this one.
Oh, man.
I think what's really interesting to me is I didn't know that stand-up comedy was so new in China.
Yeah.
And that you guys are a part of a whole movement to like create a whole art form and pioneering that space. I always take stand-up comedy to being a bit revolutionary and maybe even anti-establishment. Mm-hmm. Is it the same in China where like they're having such revolutionary thought, or like is it that style, or is it like old style comedy where it's like punch after punch?
Mostly it's old style, you know. It's like
Got it. Yo, mama joke. Like set up punch.
Yeah, it's like Jerry Seinfeld, you know, Jim Gaffigan, you know, that kind of.
I see.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Uncle Roger who just got banned from China social media for saying stuff? So like you got to be careful about certain topics.
Are you careful when you do stand up there?
I'm careful everywhere, you know.
I mean, his style of comedy is.
That's the thing, you know. Like even in America, you can easily offend people, you know. Just But it's. But here's the thing, you know, like.
He's all being super careful right now.
Yeah. In America, basically, there's liberalism, but liberalism is basically within 50-mile radius of a metropolitan area.
Yeah.
You drive outside of it, you know, it's a very conservative crowd. If you say something like white privilege, you can just feel all the assholes in the room tighten up and suck the air out of the room, you know, just like a reverse fart, you know.
Do you change your jokes depending on which crowd you're with?
I do and I don't. You know, like with the Chinese crowd, you know, I switch a little bit, you know, but then, but I kind of, I had some bad experience doing, talking about racism in America in conservative areas.
Oh, really?
If you talk about racism in America, in China, people don't quite get it, you know, because they don't experience it, you know. Yeah. Racism is certain types of racism is a very American thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's true. Because what's Chinese people gonna do? Make fun of other Chinese?
Perfect.
It's like regionalism.
Yeah.
They're like, haha, you Chinese. Go, so are you.
Yeah, and also people are very tolerant about racist stuff in China because they have no idea what that is, you know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes in the English comedy clubs, they will do something that's kind of racist, but then the crowds are more tolerant about it, you know, because they don't quite get it, you know. So for them, it's just English.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but here,
Is over there like, would the I guess racist or cultural jokes be more province based? Because I remember growing up, my mom would be like telling me like this province is known to be like really stingy. This one stinks. This one has where all the hot girls. Or like, do you do jokes like that about the different provinces and people kind of like all on the same page? They all get it.
Well, some people some people get it, but other people get offended. You know,
they get the reverse fart thing.
Exactly. It's, for example, if you joke about certain province, and then some people from the province they get offended. You know, it happens before. So
isn't that just normal comedy though?
It's normal comedy.
Cause my mom would tell me like you can't trust anybody from like Chuchao or like that.
I thought that's true.
Something so, but they speak almost like a Taiwanese dialect.
Yeah, they're mainly Cantonese, right? I think that's where my grandparents are from. Can't trust.
Well, my mom said you can't trust anybody that's Chuchao. And then she would say 江苏出美女. But I just think that's a province called Jiangsu, and like
Yeah.
that place produces all the hot chicks. I'm like, I think you're just saying that 'cause that's where you're from.
I think the hot chicks are from Xinjiang, but anyway.
See, I don't know.
What about the hottest chili
I thought it was
peppers?
Changsha.
Sichuan?
Any province has hot chicks, to be honest. Seriously, if you travel there, yeah. But then also, people love saying this stuff. But if you just look at all the pretty actresses and see where they're from, it's all over the place. Yeah.
Does satire exist in Chinese culture?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's been there, but we talk about stand-up comedy being a big thing now. But then before stand-up comedy, it was 相声 crosstalk. That's been popular for over 100 years.
Crosstalk?
Yeah, it's kind of like vaudeville.
Like a variety show?
Yeah, Abbott Costello. Two people.
Oh, like the dynamic duel,
Yeah, exactly.
like conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dialogue. Yeah. Japan does stuff
Yeah,
like that
didn't
too.
they-
Yes, exactly. That was the dominant form for decades.
It's like comedy dialogue between two people.
Yeah. And then one person does a setup and the other one delivers the punchline. Yeah.
It's like the Takeshi Castle dude.
Yeah. And the great thing about that is you got to build an audience there. You say some stuff. If the audience doesn't say anything, your partner will go, "Wow, haha, that's funny."
Yeah.
Cues the laughter. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And that's why I used to do improv as well. I did that for half a year.
Improv over there or over here?
In America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's because with improv you have the same thing,
Yeah.
Even if you say something that's kind of cliche, but there's another person there, to try to help you out. So
What'd you do improv? Like Groundlings or like UCB?
Oh no, I did this back in Boston.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So where's your favorite place to do comedy?
There's so many though. The Comedy Cellar in New York, Comedy Works in Denver. There's so many great clubs.
What makes a club great?
Low ceilings, no weird lighting. Basically spotlight is good. The sounds good. That's about it. It's very,
It just feels like focused on the jokes and the comedy.
Yeah.
Do you notice a difference in crowd reaction and participation depending on where you go?
Yes. If you go to a suburban area, basically ethnic jokes don't go very well.
They don't get it?
Yeah, not because they're racist or anything. They just don't understand if they're supposed to laugh or not. Yeah.
Like they're scared to laugh?
Yeah, they were like, oh, if I laugh at this, I'm a racist or something. They don't get it. Yeah, but if you go to a more metropolitan area, racial jokes just goes really well.
More common. Yeah.
Yeah.
We love the racial joke.
Yeah, it's like, in LA, every show you have, every ethnicity is there. It's just, energy is amazing. That's the thing about LA and New York, just the energy is really great. Yeah.
Do you think you're a bigger star here or a bigger star in China?
I don't think I'm big anywhere. Yeah, it's just, this is the thing about comedy. When you're hot, people think you're funny no matter what you say. You can just burp. People are like, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard. Seriously, But if you're like nobody knows you, you can crush a night. But after the show, people still go to the star that they know.
Oh.
Yeah.
So do you think familiarity has so much to do with how they see you already, and it becomes
It's huge. Remember this German propagandist said, if you repeat a lie 1,000 times, is the truth or something. But with the entertainment, it's the same. Just like if you're a familiar face, even if you're a shitty act, they're still like, wow, you're great. That's just how the mind works.
You know what helps too is if somebody brings someone to the show and they go, yo, this Joe guy is hilarious, then they're gonna laugh because they don't want to look like they were lying.
Yeah, exactly. They're man.
I wonder if that's why podcasts with comedians did so well, because they could build their like following, and then they have inside jokes, and then now when they're not even auditioning at the show anymore, people are coming to see them.
Yeah, because they just like you.
That's a great point. And also, when you're at a comedy club, especially in some not so great shows, you have like 20 comedians in a lineup and 3 audience members there.
Oh,
it's like you hear something funny, but you're like, oh, nobody else is laughing.
Yeah, you don't want to be the loudest guy.
Yeah, if I laugh at the wrong joke, and these two are gonna know who laughed, you know. But if it's a packed room, it's okay. You know, there's so many people. Even if you laugh at the wrong shit, but nobody knows who did it. You know?
do you have a podcast?
Oh yeah, I just started one. Cool. Yeah, it's called Stand Up Without Borders. And I interview stand-up comedians from different countries.
That's good.
But also I interview people who are not comedians, but they have a very interesting point of view. You know, recently I just interviewed this fashion designer called Kiki. And the weird thing about her is she's a fashion designer. She doesn't know how to make clothes.
What?
She doesn't know how to draw pictures of good clothing that she
makes sounds about what she wants to get made. Like, make a dress like this.
Yeah.
And someone has to be like, okay, I got you.
Bart, you're very close.
No way.
Yes. And she writes books, but she just tells me people shouldn't be reading books. You should do your own thinking. She's just like,
wow.
I just find that kind of character is very interesting. That's why you interview them.
Walking contradiction.
Yeah, I know.
I'm still like, how the fuck does she design fashion?
Oh yeah, but she's a businesswoman, so she runs a company. She knows who can do this job. She tells them, oh, I want a dragon in this part of the robe or something, and they just do it for her. And she did the clothing for like Miss Marvel or something. She was designing clothes for Cannes Film Festival and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, just people have very interesting career paths.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do this podcast. Yeah. Also, the comedy changed too. We spoke about influencers. I don't know if you know this comedian called Jiao Ying.
Yeah, Jiao Ying's
Summers. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. I was telling you about her. She has a thick accent too.
Oh yeah, thick accent, and plus, when I first met her, we met in China. She wanted to become an actress in Hollywood, but then for one reason or another, people thought her accent was too thick.
No.
Too thick. Yeah. Too thick even for fresh off the boat. Even for
That's her real accent?
Oh yeah, that's her real accent. So she decides to become a stand-up comedian. For me, for a guy like me, I just basically grind it out in comedy clubs.
Yeah.
But for her, she couldn't even do that because of the pandemic. So she just did it. She actually just purchased the comedy club on Hollywood, on Melrose.
She purchased it?
Yeah, just she bought the comedy club, just does it, and then.
That means she's doing it for passion and not for pay.
Oh, I know.
That's for sure.
Was she a biotech person too? How does she have all that money?
Yeah. Wait, yeah, exactly. Why do you think biotech person can afford to buy a club?
I don't know.
She designs dresses.
Yeah. So, and then the pandemic hits. So the way she does it, she just tape herself doing stand-up comedy with no audience, puts it online, and see how people respond to it. And eventually, after a couple of years, she actually built a following online.
Wow.
And has a set of jokes she can do her special with. She can tour with.
Wow.
What?
Still made it happen. Yeah.
Incredible.
I know, just
That's a good story.
Amazing story. I was like, wow, because like traditional comedians will hate these type of influencers.
Because they want everyone to grind the way they.
Yeah, of course, But then I was like, yeah, but
It's a different grind, though.
Yeah, it's a different grind. Yeah, you think about putting out, short videos day after day. It's just and she has kids. Just like.
In her videos where she's like doing stand up with no audience, is she like editing in audience laughter?
Oh, I don't know the details.
Oh, okay. So I'd be like, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Do you think there'll ever be a time where like there's after school comedy clubs for kids, but like in China? It's usually like piano or like very traditional like Asian extracurricular stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll ever get it like?
I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna reach that point, but it's possible in major cities though. Like there used to be, like I spoke about crosstalk, right? The 考相声. They actually groom their apprentices since they were like 5 or 6 years old. You live in your master's house.
That's old school.
Whoa.
Super old school, but there's still stars, crosstalk stars who started like that.
Whoa. Why do they need them that young?
Oh, they
just to help have that conversation already? Or?
Oh yeah, they can perform on stage. They're young.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And basically, the master tells them, you say this, and the audience is gonna laugh when you say this word. It's very specific, and that's how they learn the trade.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's really old school because old theater, that's how they formed a lot of groups in Asia. Mm-hmm. Like they started, it's like, how the K-pop like performance groups from kids? It's like that, like a lot of performance theater
Yeah, they're
groups.
like training system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like an old school art.
Yeah, but I have to say these K-pop stars, they were so disciplined. I was really impressed when I was in China. Sometimes I would do certain like variety show or whatever. They always sit in a really good posture. It's just like they stay up late. No one complains. Nobody takes a nap or anything. I was like, wow, how can they do this?
Wow.
It's amazing, their work ethic is just astounding, Yeah.
It's like North Korea focused on the military and South Korea focused on K-pop. Same approach for discipline, but one went makeup and dance.
Yeah, exactly. But then the North Koreans they dance really well too. It's just different dance.
They're kind of outdated though, because I saw it in like. They're trying to be modern, but they still got like 5 accordions, and they look like 1963.
They have that?
No.
What?
Oh.
North Korean dances in. Oh, you can see them in China though. If you go to certain restaurants, there are like North Korean performance troops.
Yeah, they have like 10 accordions. Like
What's this accordion?
no, literally, it's like that's. I'm not even joking. It's like 10 ladies with accordions singing, and it's all choreographed.
Oh yeah.
And are they all hungry?
They're starving.
Nah, they're well fed.
They're well fed?
Yeah, because they're the performance ones. They're actually
Yeah,
pretty.
they're not gonna send out the hungry ones.
Yeah.
I thought they're just like dancing around people's tables and then just like, take a piece.
Oh, what's that?
There's a North Korean restaurant in Thailand that you can go to, and they serve North Korean food. They have the performances, and it's all North Korean workers.
What?
Yeah, so you can get the North Korean experience. It's like a dinner and a show.
The whole experience?
Oh. No, not horse.
Well, this video seems to be ending, isn't it?
Seems to be ending.